Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Here we are with Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remaster Part 3. So let's just kind of dive straight into this. So we kind of go around looking at all the items, the weapons, the armor, and we have a look at the magic. I did have to go out and kind of grind a little bit, just to get the gil up a little bit more, just so we can fully get all the items that I wanted, and some of the magic. So, in the magic shops, this is where the spell lists kind of get properly interesting. So first up we have haste, double the number of attacks for one party member. That's not a nice to have, that's a boss melter as I like to call it. If you put haste on your warrior or monk, they're hitting twice per round, combined with temper from the previous town, which I still haven't bought, so I'm probably annoyed at myself at this point. And you're probably doing 4 times the damage. The math is ridiculous if you can actually math. Then there's Fire, which I did not get. The first tier 2 black magic spell hits all enemies with fire damage when you're in the Marsh Cave, which we're about to kind of delve into. Because in this, there's going to be so many groups of enemies. Fire is the difference between a 2-minute encounter and a 30-second one. And then we also have Heal. Proper party-wide healing with white magic. It's not cure, it's heal. It heals the entire party. So when we're fighting certain things, enemies, bosses maybe that's a spoiler, having the ability to top everyone up with one spell instead of individually healing each character is genuinely game-changing. Quick tip though, if you are playing along, don't worry about buying everything. You can come back to Elfheim later, the shops aren't going anywhere, buy what you need for the next dungeon, and come back for the rest. And then we have the Elven Castle. If we keep going straight up, we do eventually find the bedroom. And that's where we find the Elven Prince lying in bed. He's not dead, but he's not awake either. His assistant is standing by the bed, and this is where the plot kind of thickens a little bit more. Because someone has put a curse on the prince for a deep sleep. A dark elf named Astos, I think it is. And the only person who might know how to break the curse, which we know because we went to visit her cave, is Matoya. Which I love, by the way, because it's kind of where, you know, it's where you basically find out that she's kind of plot critical. She's not just a crazy blind witch. There is a reason why she's calling out about her crystal eye. So we're heading to a place called the Western Keep. It's northwest of Elfheim, through the mountains and forest, and the random encounter table here is wolves. So many wolves. Honestly, the amount of wolves in this section is borderline comical. But if you actually got the Fire spell, that's a 1 cast, other wolves take damage. It may not one-shot them, but it does effectively damage them quite a lot, so you can just bap them off really easily. So the journey itself isn't long, maybe 5-10 minutes of walking, but the encounters are constant, so I'm getting some decent XP and gil along the way. Every level matters for what's coming. And here we have the Western Keep. It's a small castle on the northwest edge of the continent, and inside there's a king. Now this king, he seems fine, normal king energy, even though he's in like a dilapidated, I cannot pronounce that word, castle. But he has a problem. His crown has been stolen, and it's apparently in the Marsh Cave to the south, and he wants us to retrieve it. But here's the thing about this quest. It does feel like a side quest. Find a crown for a king in a remote keep. It doesn't scream main story, but the game's already shown us, obviously, the things with Matoya that I mentioned before. That side content has a habit of becoming essential, so I'm not dismissing anything. The king doesn't offer much else, no reward promised, no exposition about Astos or the Dark Elf, just my crown's in a cave, go get it. And it's kind of like, okay then, Marsh Cave it is. So Marsh Cave, like I said before, is south of the Western Keep, and it is exactly what it sounds like, a hole in the ground surrounded by wetlands. The Pixel Remaster music here is unsettling in the best way, so just soak this in for a quick moment. I will shut up here. before we go in, I want to flag something important that I did not really do the first time I ever played this. Buy antidotes. I cannot stress this enough. The Marsh Cave has enemies that poison your party, and poison in Final Fantasy 1 is persistent. It stays between battles, it ticks down your HP as you walk, and if you don't have antidotes, you're going to limp out of this cave with a dead party and a lot of regret. So buy more than you think you need. Just a heads up. So, first floor, we go north. There are 3 rooms with chests. Some gil, a few weapons, nothing spectacular, but worth grabbing. The real objective is deeper. Take that as what you will. Then we backtrack and go south, stairs down to B2. This floor has 4 rooms in the southern section. 3 of them have chests, the 4th, well, you'll see. The navigation here is probably old school. On the original one, there was no minimap markers, no quest log telling you which room has what. You just explore, open chests, and hope you're going the right way. I generally maybe got turned around once or twice, walked into the same empty room 3 times maybe. I'm not going to confirm or deny, I'm just going to leave it as that. But it's fine, we're fine, everything's fine. 3rd floor down, B3, more rooms, more chests, more wandering. And then in a room surrounded by rocks, 2nd from the left, 3rd one down, the crown. And as soon as you pick it up, you trigger a boss fight. And I can't pronounce this word. For Piscodemons? I don't know, maybe someone can tell me how to say it. And if you're not prepared for this, by the way, they will absolutely destroy you. They're kind of like these fish lizard things, that's the only way I can describe them. Oh, Orca. Oh, no, Orca. No! We don't have a Phoenix now, we're gonna have to go. Oh, it means he's gonna. Oh, I don't like when things level up the wrong way. Oh, God. No, Orca. I don't have a Phoenix. Oh, I do have a Phoenix now. Take it back. Uh oh. Die. Please. Oh my god. Oh my god, Neko and Orca. Oh. Oh, that was uncomfortable. That was way too close. So after going around, having a look around, seeing if there's any other chests and seeing that they are locked and I don't have the key for them, I very hastily leave the cave. We go to Elfheim Inn, everyone's healed, MP restored. Well, I say MP, our magic slots, because it's based off Dungeons & Dragons very much. Our spells are back. With a crown in hand, we march back to the Western Keep. I feel really heroic. And we hand the king his crown. And then he laughs. Not a grateful laugh. Not a relieved laugh. Just that kind of laugh that tells you you've made a terrible mistake. Because who laughs with mwahahaha who isn't good? The king was never a king. The crown was never just a crown. It's Astos, the dark elf, the one who cursed the elven prince. The one who stole Matoya's crystal eye. He's been here the entire time playing king, waiting for someone gullible, which is us. Well, I say us, which is my friends. Gullible enough to fetch his crown for him. Yay, warriors of light. Okay, so Astos, king of the dark elves. This is a proper boss fight for us. He has 420 HP. His He has high physical resistance, high magic resistance, and he knows Death, which I did not know, by the way. A spell that can instantly kill a party member. And if Death lands on your white mage, you're in serious trouble. And he's down. Astos drops the crystal eye, Matoya's eye, the thing we've been chasing since the beginning of this episode, which we didn't know originally, in a way, and a decent chunk of gil and XP. Not bad for what's essentially a royal betrayal. So we take the crystal eye back to Matoya. She's genuinely pleased, well, as pleased as a blind witch who's been living in a cave with sentient brooms can be. She gives us the Jolt tonic. There's nothing really that happens with that, it's just basically here, go, be gone. And we go back to the Elven Castle. The Jolt tonic is given to the prince and he wakes up, and as thanks he gives us the mystic key. The Mystic Key, this is the item that unlocks every locked door we've passed since the beginning of the game. The Chaos Shrine, Cornelia Castle, the Elven Castle itself, the Western Keep, the Marsh Cave, all those treasure rooms we've walked past, going, why can't I open this? They're all accessible now. And this is the moment the game opens up a second time. First the bridge, then the ship, now the key. So this whole game has layers. And this is where we're going to leave it. We've saved an Elven Prince, we've unmastered Dark Elf, fought 4 demon fish things in a swamp, and acquired the Mystic Key. Not bad for one episode, not bad at all. Let me know your thoughts down below. Did Astos trick you when you first played this, or did you see it coming? And genuine question, how many antidotes did you actually bring to the Marsh Cave? Because I didn't really bring that many. I was very worried when it kind of hit. I want to know if I'm uniquely unprepared or if everyone else suffers in that swamp. If you're enjoying the series, drop a like, it genuinely helps, and if you want to catch part 4 when it drops, you know what to do. But yeah, much love, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers!